So loving our neighbor unconditionally, no questions asked, no price, just simply loving. It's hard. It is. It's hard to love somebody you might not know. It's hard to show love to somebody that you know what they've done, you know who they are. But when you make the decision to love God, we can't just pay a lip service to him. See, they will know us by our love. Not our claim that we love, but by our love. By the actions of our love. We have to stop just saying that we love God, but instead start showing it. We have to be a reflection of the love that he shows to us. But how do we do this? How do we reflect God's love throughout the world? How do we reflect the love that was shown on the cross throughout the world? It's hard. It's hard to see someone in all of their flaws and still choose to love them. It's hard to love others when they don't want it. It's hard to help those in need when they don't tell you what they need. So don't assume anything. You know, the first thing we have to do as Christians to love our neighbors more is to slow down and listen. See, everybody you meet is struggling with something different. They might be struggling with something close to something you've struggled with, but it's different. See, the Good Samaritan, he didn't just bandage the wounded man and go on about his day. He didn't pick him up on his feet and then say, all right, you can figure it out from here. No, he walked with him. And I'm sure he talked with him. He probably learned his story and his struggles. Not only did he walk with him, he walked him to shelter, and he provided shelter for him. He gave something he needed, and then he promised he'd come back and check on him and pay for any extra expenses. See, too often we try to diagnose the patient before we know the test results. I don't mean to compare someone's problems and struggles to test results in the hospital, but we try to give people answers before we know the problem. It's like giving the solution to a math problem in essay format. That's just not how it works. How can we have the answers to the test if we haven't read the question? How can you help someone need if you don't know what they need? When we assume what people need instead of listening to what they need, it ends up hurting more than helping. It sends them farther down that path rather than pulling them back. Too often we try to solve the problem of someone's life before they even know it's a problem. We try to give them the solutions to their struggles before they know that they're struggling. I want to challenge you to sit and listen. Just to sit and listen. Listen to their story and their struggles. There have been studies that have been done on active listening, which is listening with the intent to learn or to know, to understand. And when you listen to someone with active listening, eye contact, responding to what they say, maybe a head nod, asking questions. We foster a deeper connection. It lets them know that we care. It lets them know that we love. See, when we listen to understand instead of listening to solve, oftentimes people end up coming to the solution on their own. Oftentimes we don't even have to say it to them. But because they've been thinking it out, because we're listening and we're asking questions, well, why do you feel that way? They come to the solution on their own. They just need a little bit of guidance, a little bit of prompting. When it comes to loving others, the first step is to pause and listen. Yes, we want to help them in whatever way we can. Yes, we want to give them answers, and yes, we want to direct them to Jesus, but we have to listen first. If you don't understand what they're going through, if you don't know what they're going through, you'll never point them in the right direction. You might think you're pointing them in the right direction, but you don't know the full picture. Oftentimes when I was in high school, and I still do this sometimes now, I'm trying to stop, is I don't really enjoy reading comprehension. I don't. English was my worst subject in school because of reading comprehension, because I really didn't like to read. And when I was reading, I didn't comprehend any of it. I just skimmed through it as fast as I could. So oftentimes I'd get to these tests. And in these tests, I would read the question, which reading the question before you read is a great thing to do. But I'd read the question, and then I'd just skim through the passage to try to find the answer and not care about any of the other information. Just to find the answer to that one question. And it might work sometimes. But when it comes to applying what I've read, I have no clue what I read. I got the answers, but I have no clue what I just read. You're not getting the full picture of the story. You have to read the entire story, the entire passage before answering the question. If we only listen to half of someone's story, we might be able to find a temporary fix, but we can't find a permanent solution. And a word full of go, go, go. I want it now. I want the answer now. We need to pause and listen. Jesus wasn't a go, go, go kind of person. Actually, there's parts of the Bible where his followers think that he should be doing more. He should be going more. He should be healing more people. But instead, he paused and he listened. He listened to their story. He was listening to their story and helping them in ways that only he could. In order for us to love our neighbors, we have to pause and ask the question, tell me your story. How'd you get here? At Soup for the Soul on Tuesdays, I sat down with a gentleman a few months ago, and I asked, what's your name? That's all I asked. I sat down with my tray of food and I said, what's your name? For the next 30 minutes, he told me every job that he's ever been in, what he's struggling with right now. He told me his kids' names. He told me what they want to do when they grow up. And it all started because I asked, what's his name? It all started because I paused and I listened. I'm sure I could have found something to do. I could have, gone back into the kitchen and taken the trash out or cleaned the dishes. And those are all great things that have to happen for us to feed more people. But I paused and listened. And that man, he felt like he was seen in that moment. He felt like he was being loved. We have to listen with the intention of understanding, of learning. And there will be people that you come across that you'll listen to their entire story and you still don't know the answer. You still have no clue how to help them. And that's okay. It's better than giving the wrong one. It's better to listen to the full story and say, listen, I really wish I could help you in some way, but I don't know where to start. When we go through our hardest struggles, when you think of your darkest moments, what do? We pray. We pray, and oftentimes we ramble on and on and on and on in these prayers, and that's okay. It's a good thing to do. And God sits there and he listens to every single word. And when we run out of words, that's when we can hear him speak. That's when we hear his guidance. So if we go on and on and on and God listens to all of it, and he's patient, why should we be so quick to answer? Why should we be so quick to answer, especially when we know the one who has the answer key?